Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a hands-on review of the best ergonomic keyboards for 2025, one of the top-rated items on Amazon right now. Whether you're thinking about buying it or just curious to see if it lives up to their hype, you're in the right place. I'll walk you through the features, share my honest experience, if you need more information about these products. Please check the description section below and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get future reviews. And let you know if it's really worth your money. Let's get into it. Number 1, Logitech Ergo K860 Wireless Split. Ergonomic features: Alice split, center tenting, optional negative tilt, wrist rest host connection, Bluetooth or USB receiver switch type, scissor hotkey compatibility, Mac and Windows 10 key, yes RGB lighting, no programming interface, Logi options plus, app, language, layout, QWERTY. The Ergo K860 from Logitech closely resembles standard, full-size keyboard designs, so there's not much of a learning curve. But subtle changes like the Alice layout, tented middle and optional negative tilt make typing noticeably more ergonomic. Logitech makes some of our favorite PC accessories, and the reasons why are all evident with this keyboard. It connects quickly and reliably via Bluetooth. The build is solid and feels high quality, and it's reasonably priced at $130, and is often on sale for around $100. It's compatible with more recent iterations of Windows, Mac OS, iPad OS, Chrome OS and Linux, though you'll need software to support non-basic key functions for the latter two operating systems. There are 3 switching buttons that swap between previously connected devices, and the board speedily swapped between a MacBook and a PC laptop in my tests. Built-in function keys like volume and brightness worked well, and the option, start and command, alt combo keys worked correctly depending on which computer was connected to. The rotated Alice split design and raised center made a difference in the way I held my arms as I typed, allowing me to keep my elbows comfortably away from my ribs and my palms rotated inward instead of forcing them flat. The palm rest is springy but firm, albeit not removable, and the arrow keys and a numeric keypad on the right side put all possible keys within reach. Unfortunately, that adds length to that side of the board, which forces your mouse farther out. The scissor switch keys can feel mushy if you're coming from a mechanical board, but they are responsive enough. Logitech offers software for programming the keys, but this model will likely appeal most to those looking for a plug-and-play option. Number 2, Kinesys M-Wave Mechanical Keyboard. Ergonomic features: Alice split, center tenting, optional negative tilt, wrist rest host connection, Bluetooth or USB-C switch type, mechanical Gateron low profile brown hotkey compatibility, Mac or Windows, 2 models, 10 key, yes, with layers, RGB lighting, no, just backlighting programming interface, Kinesys Click, browser, language, layout, QWERTY, programmable. The unibody, Alice Split M-Wave from Kinesys has a lot in common with the Logitech Ergo K860, a built-in wrist rest, center tenting and swappable Bluetooth connections. But the mechanical keys, tankless design and programmable layers may make the M-Wave a better option for some. And, at $120, it's also about $20 cheaper. The tented, Alice Split design puts my hands into a relaxed position and allows for a comfortable amount of space between each elbow. The wrist pad is smooth and firm, with just a bit of give so it doesn't put too much pressure on my wrists. That nearly makes up for the fact that the pad is not removable. You also get 3 magnetic feet to create an optional negative tilt, in case you prefer typing with your hands angled downward. Unlike the Ergo K860, the M-Wave is tankless, which lets you keep your mouse closer, if you're right-hand. But because the layers function turns some of the letter keys into a number pad, you don't lose out on quicker data entry. In fact, all keys are programmable using Kinesys browser-based Click software. It's not the simplest programming software I've used, but it's easy enough to figure out. As for programmable keys, there aren't a ton of extra or blank keys for you to mod. I ended up replacing the caps lock key with a clipboard shortcut, but the software lets you create multiple layers, which should cover any shortcuts and macros you need to be productive. But the M-Wave should also appeal to people who just want a plug-and-play option. It comes in 2 models, a whiteboard with macOS function keys, like media playback, mission control and spotlight search, as well as a PC version with keycaps for the Windows key and Alt button. Both boards will work with either macOS or Windows, as well as Chrome, Linux, Android and iOS, and if you want a black board for use with a Mac, you can buy a set of Apple-themed keycaps, or a white set for use with a PC. My only real complaint with the board is the sound. My son, who is 8, played with the board and noted, "These keys are not buttery at all. Very clacky." Apparently I've talked keyboards in front of him a fair deal. And he's right. The low-profile mechanical switches are properly springy and responsive but produce a loud, hollow clunk as you type. Nothing a good pair of headphones won't fix, but if you've got sensitive workmates, you might start to annoy them with your woodblock racket. It also comes with an USB-C to a cable, which is a little pointless, particularly for Mac users. The board has a Type-C port, and a wired connection is required for programming, but MacBooks haven't had Type-A connections for a long time. I simply used a USB-C to C data cable I had on hand, but it would be nice to be supplied with exactly what the setup requires. The Kinesis rep confirmed the M-Wave was designed as a replacement for the now discontinued Microsoft Sculpt, but with a few upgrades like mechanical keys, no dongle, and programmability. So if you missed that ergonomic classic, this may fill that void. For a mechanical Alice keyboard with both wireless and wired capabilities, I recommend the Piraboard 835. The Mac and Windows compatible board has a solid build, low-profile switches, RGB lighting, comfortable tenting, and a few extra programmable keys. Number 3 Keychron Q11. Ergonomic features, fully split host connection, USB-C port switch type, mechanical, tactile or linear, hotkey compatibility, Mac and Windows 10 key, no RGB lighting, yes programming interface, QMK, VIR, browser, language, layout, QWERTY. If you, expertly, sort a mechanical keyboard in two, it would look like the Keychron Q11. You can even push the two halves back together to make it look like a standard, 75% mechanical board, though once you discover the expediency of a snack bowl between the halves, I don't know why you'd do that. Keychron is widely respected in the mechanical keyboard world because they make keyboards with an impressive build quality that aren't astronomically expensive. Like all Keychron devices, you can buy this one assembled or bare bones, to which you can add your own keycaps and switches. I tested a fully assembled model with Gateron G Pro Red linear mechanical switches, which provide smoother action and a quieter clack than tactile or clicky switches. The keycaps are made from PBT, a higher quality polymer than the ABS plastic keys found in less expensive keyboards. Their machined aluminum body feels substantial and there's no wobble. All of that combined creates a luxe and durable feel and a satisfying, buttery clack as you type. The assembled version comes with keycaps and a keycap puller to set up the board for either Mac or Windows. A switch at the top of the board toggles between the two operating systems, ensuring the function keys act appropriately. Extra keys include the two customizable knobs at the top corners and 5 macro keys to the left of the board. Those on the rest of the board can be programmed with open-source keyboard firmware QMK and VIR, which most Keychron boards are compatible with out of the box. I have very basic keyboard needs, so I used VIR to give the right knob zoom capabilities, make the M1 key open a clipboard manager, and have the M2 key execute a screenshot. Programming with VIR requires the use of keycodes, and you'll need to define macros within the app to get the knob to do more advanced things beyond the pre-selected options, but the implementation of your new instructions is instantaneous and quite satisfying. The only drawbacks are the lack of tenting and the rather short USB-C bridge cable connecting the two sides. I found I wanted a little more separation than 9 inches, so I swapped it for a longer cord. But there's no easy fix for the lack of center lift. Number 4 Kensington Pro Fit Ergo Wireless Keyboard KB675. Ergonomic features, Alice split, center tenting, optional negative tilt, wrist rest host connection, Bluetooth or USB receiver switch type, membrane hotkey compatibility, Windows 10 key, no RGB lighting, no programming interface, Kensington Connect language, layout, QWERTY. The compact Kensington Pro Fit Ergo sells for $70 at full price, but is often on sale for around $55. That makes it a good budget board, but it feels much more premium than the price tag suggests. The membrane keys are surprisingly springy and the low-profile keycaps make typing easy. The wrist rest, especially when combined with the negative tilt, hits my palms at just the right spot, not putting pressure on my tendons while keeping the backs of my wrists straight. Of course, different hand sizes will have different experiences, but my men's medium, women's large mitts were comfortable. It connected easily via Bluetooth or radio dongle to both the Mac and PC I tried, staying reliably connected and woke quickly from sleep. And the LED indicator for the rechargeable battery stayed green, full, over the month or so of testing in which I used it and stored it intermittently. Recharging is simple via the USB port. While it's simple to switch to a Mac or Windows layout, the keyboard works better as a PC peripheral. Kensington's software allows you to reprogram the function keys and a few specialty keys with shortcuts or macros, but I couldn't get the software to work with my Mac. It performed fine with my PC laptop, but this probably isn't the keyboard to get if you want customized key remapping anyway. If you just want a relatively inexpensive keyboard that's far more comfortable to type on than most, this is a good one to grab. Number 5. Kinesis Gaming Freestyle Edge. Ergonomic features: fully split, center tenting, removable wrist rest host connection, USB-A cable switch type, mechanical, tactile, clicky, linear, hotkey compatibility, Mac and Windows 10 key, no RGB lighting, yes programming interface, smart set, app, language, layout, QWERTY. As I said in our guide to ergonomic mice, my sporadic, console-only gaming does not make me a gamer. But I have a decent understanding of what gamers might like. PC gamers who rely on the WASD keys may appreciate not having to contend with the right side of a keyboard at all, and instead use that space for their mouse. The Kinesis Freestyle Edge is a gaming variation on the brand's original Freestyle 2, is a fully split model with Cherry MX mechanical switches. The tactile brown ones in my tester unit had a satisfying click and a not overly loud clacky noise. The wrist rests are removable and clever folding legs give you 3 height options for tenting and can also be removed completely. It is backlit, with per key RGB lights and 9 macros buttons that can be programmed with the configuration app or without it using keyboard commands. All of this may appeal if you're looking for a programmable gaming keyboard with a few ergonomic tricks. Just keep in mind that all of those features add up to a somewhat bulky peripheral.